My name is Rachel, for those of you that don't remember. It's also on my name tag. And with me, I have Kendra, our volunteer. Everybody say hi, Kendra. Hi. And we have an awesome opportunity today. The tide is incredibly low. The moon and the sun are pulling the water away from the beach, and that gives us a special opportunity to visit a neighborhood that we don't usually get to see. Normally these creatures are only exposed for maybe 20 minutes, maybe an hour, and today they're going to be out high and dry for several hours, which means we get to see and learn about a lot of things at the beach. Because none of us live here, we are guests to this habitat. So we're going to use the word guest, the letters of that word, to remind us how we should be acting. Because if you were a guest in my home and you acted poorly, I would not invite you back. Right? If you came to my house, I would expect a please and thank you. I would expect that you ask permission for things, that you don't ruin up my things, that you're not taking things from me. Right? And we're going to do the same thing at the beach. So let's go through the letters of the word guest so that we can kind of have it in our minds. It's a good tool for remembering. So the first letter is G. G is for gently touch the animals. So everybody take one finger for me. And I want you to close an eye and gently touch your eyelid. Now, if you're gentle, it does not hurt, right? Yeah, simple. If you poke or you pry or you push a little too hard, it does hurt. And the strength of that push is enough to harm some of these sea creatures, enough to kill some of them. They're very delicate animals we're going to see today. So we're going to touch gently with one finger for the most part. And then, because you are mammals, you are warm-blooded. Your little hands are much warmer than the water out there. So when you touch the water, it's going to feel cold to you. Please touch the water. Cool your fingers down before you touch. Especially if the animal is in an area where the ground is wet. All you have to do is just touch the ground, get a little moisture on your hands, and then you can gently touch those animals. So that's G, gentle. That's important. These animals are going to be stressed out enough, and field trip day is like the worst day of their lives. You can imagine, right? Okay, so that's G. We're going to be gentle. U is for use your head. So take your hands and kind of put them on your head and show me in front of your head how big your head is. Like kind of there. It's not this big. It's not this big. Something about like this. You're going to use your head as a measurement tool for the size rocks that are safe to flip. Because out here, so many of these animals are going to be hiding. They are hiding from the sun, they're hiding from the air, from the temperature, they're hiding from predators, and they're hiding from you. And so you're going to want to find them by turning over rocks. And if you turn over a big rock, which I know you're capable of, you guys are strong. Very strong. Show me your muscles. Oh yeah, super strong. You're strong enough to turn over a really big rock. But here's what will happen if you turn over a really big rock. If the rock is bigger than about your head or thicker, rocks won't exactly be head-shaped all the time, but you know. So if you're turning a rock that's this big and you roll it over, you're gonna look in, you're gonna see the stuff in the puddle behind, you're gonna see the things living on the rock. That's great. And then because you're a good person, you're gonna turn the rock back. And when you do that, if there were crabs under there, they ran, when you turn the rock over, they ran to hide underneath their rock. That's their safety. And if you roll that rock back, what's gonna happen to those crabs?
Crushed.
Crushed. Crunched. If you don't believe me, try it. Roll over a big rock, let the rocks run, put the rock back, and then roll it over again, and what you'll see is about 20 dead crabs. Oh, that hurts my heart to think about.
Don't try it.
But, students, if you roll a rock that's the size of your head, you are strong enough to pick the rock up, turn it in place, and set it back down carefully. That will help keep those animals alive. So U is for use your head. All right, the next letter is E. E is for everything stays. Now, you guys know you're at a state park, and it's not okay to just be taking things from the park home with you. That's important. But when I say everything stays, I mean everything stays where you found it. So if you find a crab over here, is it okay to just walk it on over here and then just put it down?
No. It could be.
Please don't. Because here's why. Crabs are crabby. Did you know this? They don't get along with other crabs, and if they have a home, an area where they've worked out a relationship, a pecking order, or I guess a pinching order, and they've figured out a place where they can live without being killed, and you move them to a new neighborhood, they might be bullied, they might get picked on, they might get shoved out, and then they're vulnerable to predators and things like that. So here's how I want you to do this with crabs, and you guys can try this. When you see a crab, they're gonna be down on the ground, probably under a rock. So get down on the ground next to your rock. So you guys do this with me. Bend down, squat really low, and you're gonna pick up an imaginary crab, okay? So the way to pick up a crab, if it's smaller than your thumb, it won't pinch you. Or if it will pinch you, you won't feel it. If it's little, you're safe. If it's bigger than your thumb, best to do that one finger touch. But so let's say you pick up a crab and you kind of scooch him into your hands and you've got him nice and low. Keep that crab low to the ground. So try this you guys. Get down low, hold your little crab low to the ground. Now try to walk. Keeping the crab like you see how hard this is? It's so difficult. That's your reminder to keep the crab where you got it. It's really hard to walk away. Now if you do pick up a crab and you stand up like this to show people, that's natural for us. We're humans, we stand on two legs. We want to stand. Please be so careful that your crab does not go walking off of your hand. Because if a crab falls from up here, what's going to happen to it? It's going to die. It's going to get crushed. It's going to be damaged on the inside, and you might not be able to see that damage, but definitely the crab is not hoping to get dropped, right? We want to be kind to them and leave them down low. Okay, so that's everything stays. S is our next letter. S is for step lightly. This beach is my favorite beach. Of all the beaches that I travel to, this is my favorite, but it's also the most dangerous. Can anybody raise their hand and tell me something that might be dangerous at the beach? What's something dangerous? Yeah, tell me that.
Maybe there is bigger crabs that can actually hurt you.
Yes, there are 100% definitely big crabs that can hurt you. Out here there are red rock crabs. You'll know it's a red rock crab because it'll be reddish and it'll have black tipped pinchers. A red rock crab can snap a pencil with their pinchers. Oh, it really hurts if you get on the wrong end of it. So this is where that crabs, you want to interact with it, touch it gently, and crabs, touch them behind their eyes. Don't touch them in the eyes because that's rude. But behind their eyes on their shell, if you want to touch them, that's fine. What's another dangerous thing at the beach? Yeah.
Falling on barnacles?
Yes, falling on barnacles. It's the number one reason I have to get out my first aid kit. I have a first aid kit. Your teachers, I'm sure, have first aid kits. We don't want to use them because it means somebody's having a rotten day. So when you're walking on the beach, you're going to step lightly. That's what that S stands for. Slowly choose where you put your feet so that you're not squashing an animal and that you're not going to slip. It is very slippery out there. I've already gone surfing today. I don't want any of you to end up woo and then fall in the mud. It's not fun. So go slowly. The slower you go, the more animals you will see and the safer you will be. So go slow. And then finally, T is for take your belongings. We all come to the beach with stuff. We're humans, we got lots of stuff, right? We got backpacks, we have jackets, we have sunglasses or hats or pencils or all kinds of stuff. It should all leave the beach with you today. If you find trash on the beach, you are more than welcome to pick it up if it's safe. Don't pick up broken glass, but just about anything else, you can bring it back up and we can throw it away properly or recycle it properly. So that's how to be a guest at the beach. Now there's two safety things that I want to bring up to you. One is those barnacles, and two is if we find an octopus or a fish, please don't touch them. If you find an octopus or a fish, you can alert me and I can help assess the situation and figure out if that animal needs to be moved and transported back to the water or if it's safe where it is. But the reason why you don't want to touch them is they are both venomous. The octopus has a venomous beak, a little bite in the middle of its arms, and the bite from an octopus just doesn't heal properly. You get a normal scratch. I got a scratch yesterday and I've already got a little scab and it's closed up and it doesn't even hurt anymore. But with an octopus bite, it stays open and it doesn't heal for months at a time. Not good. And two, if you see a fish, the fish here have spines on them. venomous spines that really hurt. It's like a bee sting if you get stung by one of them. So we'll be really careful with the fish and the octopus if you see them. Which we might see both of those. I've seen octopus at this beach, and I've seen definitely some fish here too. So there's a good chance that we'll find them. And then one last animal that I want to mention, because there are so many at this beach, is the anemone.
Oh, yeah.
The anemones on this beach are so, yeah, everybody say it. Anemone.
Oh, I can't say it.
All right, voices up. Let me tell you about anemones. Because I've made it my life's mission to save as many anemones as I can. And here's what happens on a field trip. Kids see the anemones, and during low tide, they're closed up, and they look like a big shiny button. And they're squishy, and you want to poke it. I totally get it. I want to poke it too. But what happens when you poke those anemones is you will squish the liquid inside their body that they need to survive the tide, and it will squeeze out.
Yeah.
It's like if I poked you hard enough, liquid might squeeze out of you. It's not good. So please don't poke the anemones, and here's why. I tell this to kids all the time, and I can tell kids, be nice, you wouldn't want to be poked, and it doesn't seem to matter. But here's what I'm going to tell you about these anemones. They are strange animals. They have no brain. They spend their lives kind of glued to a suction cup to a rock. They grab with stinging tentacles, and you can feel the stingers when you touch them. If they feel sticky, that is thousands of little harpoons shooting into your skin, trying to paralyze you and eat you, but you're too big. But that's not what makes them weird. Here's what makes them weird. These anemones, when they capture something, they'll grab it with their tentacles, and they put it in their mouth. The mouth is right in the middle. And then they digest it and turn it into poop, and the poop comes right back up their mouth. So their mouth, think about it, is also their rear end, and you're gonna go poke it. Oh, gross. So I encourage you, please touch them gently, but don't poke them. All right, are you ready for our pledge? Let's take a pledge. I want to get on the beach. So please raise your right hand. Chaperones, this is you too. All right, I promise to be a good guest at the beach today. If I see someone who is not being a good guest, I will politely remind them. Learn. Have fun. Okay, chaperones, this one's just for you. Raise your right hand. I am an adult. I will behave as one. I will not break the rules. I will not turn big rocks. Learn. Have fun.